Hey, welcome back, friends. I'm here in Middlebury, Indiana at a content creators event Grand Design is hosting. I appreciate Grand Design having me up. Today we're going to take a look at the Momentum 399M. This thing is a behemoth. This might be a long video because there's a lot to go over. I hope you stick around.
Today's video is brought to you by RVmattress.com, a Brooklyn bedding brand.
Our family has enjoyed Brooklyn bedding mattresses for nearly 3 years. We love it and feel confident you will as well.
This particular model is called the Dream Foam Essential, which is their budget-friendly option. We've been very happy with this model, with its comfort and its durability.
With your RV mattress by Brooklyn Bedding, you get a 120-night sleep trial and a limited lifetime warranty.
For our family, the RV is our place to recharge for the next day. A comfortable night's rest is important, not only for mom and dad, but for the kiddos too.
Thank you RV Mattress by Brooklyn Bedding for sponsoring today's video. After this video, head on over to rvmattress.com/wondering and get 30% off your next mattress using code WONDERING.
All right, let's hop back into today's video.
All right, I'm quite certain you've seen enough of my face. Let's get a quick overview of this behemoth. They call these the Big Mo's, and for good reason. This is a triple axle trailer. We'll talk about that in just a second. I'm just giving you a nice little overview of it before we get into the nitty gritty of things. And again, I'm not a fifth wheel guy, so I may get some of this stuff wrong, but regardless, I will link this down in the description box below if you're interested in getting into the more details on this particular unit. You're seeing some numbers right now. I believe this unit's 44 feet long. I might have just corrected myself on the screen, but it's big. She's a big girl. And this Momentum, the 399M, is built on the all-new Omega frame. So I did a video on that as well. But yeah, I've checked underneath and to make sure. And yeah, they're already running these down the line with the new frame. Let's start here at the front cap. Nice. Momentums are good looking units. I've always enjoyed their graphics package, and you can see how that, you got some 3D action going on there. You got that center line kind of going down the front of the front cap. It's a sharp looking front cap. That sounds kind of weird to say, but these are good looking units. Moving down to the pin box, you got your MORRAD pin box. I love MORRAD equipment. Big fan of MORRAD. They always seem to put out quality stuff. I think most people that have this pin box, most owners, are very happy. So even though I don't have a fifth wheel, I do converse with a lot of you fifth wheel owners on the page, and I do hear what you like, what you don't like, etc. And MORRAD is generally high up on the list as far as customer satisfaction is concerned. So let's go in here and take a look at this storage. Here you've got, I like how they have this storage, and then under here you've got your Jenny and your battery setup. So sometimes it's in the same compartment, but they've separated the compartment here, and I'm a big fan of that. You can see you've got your inverter up there, you've got some more electricals up there, so easy access to that as well. But yeah, nice, decent size storage. You know, I wouldn't say, a lot of times the fifth wheels have a little less storage because obviously you have a garage. So let's look at the, here, I think this is going to have twin 30-pounders in it. Yeah, generally that's what happens with these bigger fifth wheels. And then some of your hydraulic leveling, access to that's good. But let's look at this, this storage. Good storage for a toy hauler. Not as much storage as, say, some of the big fifth wheels that aren't toy haulers, but they don't have a garage. So yeah, it ends up working out well. In the end, you still have a ton of storage. You can see where your road vac is right there. That's going to be your in-house vacuum cleaner, and you got your battery disconnect over here, inverter disconnect, solar disconnect, all of that easily accessed. Obviously, this is aluminum framed. You can see that right there. Backing out, you've got a spray port right here. You've got a GFCI up here. These things are just so massive. You got, how many awnings? We got 3 awnings. You've already seen the stats on the awnings. But yeah, your whole campsite's gonna be covered. Big MORRAD, step above steps. Here, these are gonna be extra wide doors. I believe all of the bigger fifth wheels have 30-inch doors. I might be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that's correct. Here's your campsite slide. We'll see inside here in just a second. Well, what I love, and the thing I get a lot of feedback on, let's go down here to the business end of things. And that's going to be the MORryde independent suspension. So I'm going to zoom you in over there, and you can see we don't have traditional axles, we don't have traditional leaf springs. We've got the MORryde independent suspension, and owners that I speak to that have it love it. Disc brakes coming on the Big Mo. Let's see if I can back you out. Obviously there's your hydraulic leveling as well back here. Getting too old to get down on the ground, guys. Getting too old. All right, this is what they call the party deck. You can see why. This is, you're not going to load anything here. You've got extra supports going on right here. We'll go on the deck here when we go inside, but nice big party deck here. You've got room for easily 6 or 8 camping chairs. Yeah, we'll see that in just a second. Coming back to the back, you can see your garage stats there. I gotta get those out of the way before we go inside. Here's your rear ramp. You've got your Thule awning up there. You can see that right there. So this is gonna come out and cover this area as well. Here's your side ladder. Now obviously you need a side ladder because this is gonna come down most of the time. You can't put a ladder there. So yeah, toy haulers most of the time will have a side ladder. Here's your fuel station right here. It's locked right now. You're seeing how much fuel this thing holds. There's your dump. There's your other hydraulic level. Good looking rims. I like the matte black rims. Now it just snowed like 14 inches here last week, so this thing has had a trip down a salt road. But yeah, you can see I like the rims. I like how they started putting the compass and the center cap of the wheels they're using. Now slide wise, you've got 3-frame slide here, 3-frame slide on the other side, and your bedroom side has a Swintech slide. I don't have a problem with that. The smaller slides, I'm good with Swintech. We never had a Swintech issue in 8 years of owning one. Here is your tankless water heater here, and then here's your furnace here. All right, hookup side of things, you can see here we've got the Nautilus system going on. You've got your gray tank pull, you've got your black tank pull. Yeah, I haven't used this complicated of a Nautilus system before, but owners seem to be very happy, generally speaking, with the Nautilus system. Here is your level, and your when you're hooking up, you need to adjust your hitch up and down. All of this will pop on, and you'll level there. You'll also hitch up and unhitch using that screen right there. I'm gonna back you up a little bit. I got to back up more than a little bit. I'm used to doing travel trailers, guys. This thing is massive. Let's go inside. All right, guys, let's head into the 399M. This is a newer floor plan for these guys. And as soon as you walk in, you can see the decor is on point. I think these are sharp looking units. You know, I'm not super crazy about form over function. I'm a function guy, but I do like some form. And this has definitely got it going on. I'm just giving you a nice little overview here before we get started. But let me back up. I just want to give you a little overview. As soon as you walk in, you're going to come to your kitchen with an island. And your sink, let me get you over here as if you were using the sink. You've got like a waterfall feature over here. You've got a colander option here. You've got a cup rinser here. You've got a soap dispenser. You can adjust all of it over here. It's a fancy, fancy sink. Some people use all of these options. Some people only use this. So yeah, it's there if you need it. Better to have it and not need it than the other way around. But you've also got extra counter space over here. And I love, you can pull this out, and now you've got even more counter space. So I really like that they've added that there. Staying over here, you got these built-ins for this nice big pantry. And you can see they've got kind of the slant similar to the Momentum logo. You can see a little slanted Momentum M over there. So I think that's kind of what they're going for here. I like it. These are nice hardwood drawers built into this pantry. And as you go along, you can see all of the drawers are hardwood. And nice big drawers. You got an 18 cubic foot, a little over 18 cubic foot Norco 12-volt fridge. Residential size fridge there with the French door action going on. Big, big freezer down here. You can see that rocking and rolling. You're scooting over here. Obviously, there's your stove with a It's a residential type stove top, and of course extra countertop space. Down here, extra storage. You got a removable shelf there. I love they make, excuse me for that, I love that they make these removable in case you have a big air fryer or something like that. Yeah, you can adjust that. Adjustability is always good in my book. More hardwood drawers. Digging the backsplash, little subway tile. I'm impressed I know what that means. This is all the way to the ceiling, cabinet-wise. And these cabinets are spring-loaded because they're soft close. Now, something I do find cool that they're doing more and more, maybe across the line in all of Grand Design, is they're prepping for your internet. So you can get Starlink, your 4G, Wi-Fi, and it's all prepped up here, ready to go for you. So you can see you've got power, you've got a mount, all of that fun stuff. There's your GE microwave, GE profile stove. We just saw that. Again, all the way to the ceiling there. Now, one thing I wish they would do with the Imagine line, but we're not quite as fancy as Momentum, is I love they have this soft grip, what do you call this? Soft liners, the grip liners on this particular drawer, because this is a charging station. You don't have to have all your stuff up here. You'll notice this is nice and clean. You don't have any outlets up there. You do have one up above over here, but as far as charging is concerned, you can take care of that right there. So I think that's pretty darn cool. Speaking of, you can see some of your controls have been hidden underneath here. You've got your slides, your awnings, a light right there, and you do have a charger there. But if you want to hide your stuff, you know, this thing's fancy, so you want to be looking all nice and clean. So there's your kitchen. A little overview of the kitchen right there. Good sized kitchen. All right, I'm gonna call this flex space over here, and I love it. This can be a workstation. This can be a homework station. This can be eating station. You've got two more chairs. Those two chairs are way back there on the ramp on the deck, but you've got 4 chairs available here, and this is a good place to eat. You can imagine 50 million things you could do with this space right here. Got big pull-out drawers here. You can see though, this is big. I mean, I don't know if I'm giving that justice. This is a big storage here. Love it, love it, love it. Everything's soft close. If you got kids too, I love that. You got flush-mounted slides here, and nice big campside windows. Now, one thing I do like, kind of keeping it simple here, the blackout shades. Now, these blackout shades literally will black this thing out in the daytime. So if you are a late sleeper, I'm not necessarily a late sleeper all the time. Most of the time I get up a little early. But if you are a late sleeper, you're going to be in good shape. Had a long day of riding side-by-sides or whatever. You can see your window to your side deck. We'll see in just a second. All right, here's a little living area right here. Now, I would probably only use this if it was raining or at night after showers, because you have so many outdoor options. But you do have room for 4 here. You do have recliner. I believe that even reclines. Or you can option over here for this recliner. We've got fireplace here. You've actually got another fireplace here in just a second. Nice big TV here. Above the couch storage over here, you can see you've got an outlet over there if you need to charge something. Generally, these have chargers too. Yep, there it is. Kind of hidden sometimes if you're not looking for it. But yeah, these have a couple of chargers on the actual recliners. This does provide heat as well as the ambiance there. Obviously, it's not a real flame. I think you guys know that at this point. But it does provide heat, and it provides significant heat. And the fact that you have another one, we'll see in just a second, you may not ever need propane to heat this thing unless it's really cold. But you see this wall here. See your TV. Good place for a sound bar or something like that. But look at this. Hidden storage back here. Now, most of you are probably going to use this for brooms, vacuum cleaners. Some of you may use it as an armory. I don't know, but it kind of looks like that. It kind of looks like a gun closet too. But I don't want to be controversial. Heaven forbid me say that. But yeah, we would probably use this for, you know, maybe a Dyson or a couple of brooms, maybe a dust mop, something like that. And then heaven knows what you can use all this stuff for. So it's just, I love that it's here. Better to have it and not need it, like I said before. All right, let's go out here on the side patio. I'm going to show you all this at a little bit different angle. Yeah, check it out. All right, let's take a look at this outdoor entertainment, what they're calling the party deck. You got a massive, this has to be a 70-something inch TV here. You've got your sound system up here, of course your lighting, plenty of counter space. So you've got a griddle here, and I actually love the fact that it has a little room on each side of this slide out. You can put your utensils in there. I'm always having a hard time finding a place for my outdoor utensils in our travel trailer, but you got plenty of room here. Obviously you have some drawers to do that too, but I'd probably put my utensils out here, and then you've got nice big storage. All of this is metal, so no wood to rot, nothing like that. If it gets wet, you're going to be fine. But this is also all soft close, so still got to stay with that fancy because we're in a momentum, right? You got a cutting table here that has a little hole in it right here. You can see that, and then your trash cans right here. So if you're cutting up a lime for a drink or whatever else, you just shove it in there, you're good to go. All right, you've also got one extra drawer here. Now this is only going to be good really for sponges or something like that, but of course you do have your sink, and then the all-important outside fridge. So I think they've done a good job with this area. This is a large deck, easily room for probably up to 8 camping chairs. I'm not a small person. I'm almost 6'2", 190 pounds, and yeah, you can see how, kind of get a perspective of how big this deck is. All right, let's leaving the party deck and going into the garage, which you have a lot of options here in the garage. This might take a few minutes to go over. Let's go ahead, we'll head all the way back first and check out your back deck. So this is also going to be your ramp, of course, to your garage. But you've got, this is a little bit smaller than the side party deck over there, but you still got room for at least 5 or 6 camping chairs out here. And you've got your awning up here. We mentioned that when we were going through the outside of the rig. But you've also got some nice, what I would call muddy storage. And if you're out and about with side-by-sides and whatever else, you've got a place where you can put some dirty stuff in here. I like this storage area. Now this is common in toy haulers, and I'm glad they've started to add them, almost all of them really. You've got some nice cabinet storage here. So if you've got kids, you got room to put some of their clothes, maybe some gear, helmets, stuff like that. You can see you can put jackets in there. They put hooks in there to put your riding jackets in if you needed to. And then you can see your garage specs. I don't have it off the top of my brain. I'm not that smart. I'm not Josh the RV nerd. But I'm putting it up on the screen for you. Your information is what I'm worried about. You getting the correct information is what I'm worried about. You got your tie downs here and on the other side as well. Now, the bed system. It's a little bit different than the Happy Jack. I'm not even sure what they're calling this. It is a Lippert product. You can see you've got controls here as well. But yeah, just push this button here. And it's like a seatbelt material to drop down your bed. Now, I'm not going to drop it all the way because we still got this in desk mode. That also goes to sofa mode. I'll show you that in just a second. But yeah, you can see you've got a nice queen size bed here. Here's the sofa stuff I was talking about. But nice queen size bed up here for the kiddos. I think that this is, I like this system. I think I like this system maybe better than the Happy Jack. But yeah, time will tell on that. So let me raise this thing back up. I'm not going to waste your time on that. Here we go in desk mode. Pretty self-explanatory, but you can see this is a Frankenstein type contraption here that I like it. It fits the bill. It's perfect for a garage in a toy hauler. Let's show you couch mode. And let me show you how this Frankenstein of a desk works slash sofa. So we're going to pop these side supports in right here. There's one on each side. That's going to pop down here. I'm going to pull this little lever, and this is all going to go this way. And then I'm going to pop these actually back down. There's that. There's that. Probably could have skipped a step there, but I didn't. You've got, now this obviously works as a, I think it goes this way. This obviously works as a bunk as well. I mean, this is, a large child can sleep here. I believe that goes there. And then this has magnets. It actually attaches it right there. So now you've got you either a little couch, or you can obviously take this off and have an extra little sleeping area if the queen size bed isn't enough. Can't forget about old Fido. Obviously this folds up and stores away. Okay friends, there you go. The 399M Momentum from Grand Design RV. This is a huge unit, and I know a lot of you guys love the big one. So here you go. I think they're giving it to you in this one. Guys, I appreciate you guys watching. I always appreciate you guys subscribing. I hope you guys are doing great. See ya.